Assam's agrarian struggle and the British atrocities soon created another peasant revolt. This time it was at Patharughat. If Nagaon took the initiative in 1861 outbreak, then it was Kamrup and Darang that took the lead role on behalf of the oppressed peasantry of Assam via Rongia and the Lasima uprisings of Kamrup and the Patharughat uprising of Darang. The consequences of the Fulaguri Dhawa were tragic and bitter. The situation worsened amidst agriculture stagnation because many peasants had to abandon cultivation in the face of heavy taxation, and thus many had to shift to some other villages. The wide gap between the ruler and the ruled, and the emergence of a new Assamese labor class and still high rate of taxation and a fierce psychosis led to a new chapter in Assam's history. Hello, I'm Shaina and welcome to Discover Assam series. We make informative videos on history, geography and culture of Assam. So do follow us if you are an APSC aspirant. The ground reality. The Lalung tribe was the most badly affected community in the 1861 uprising. The ruthless suppression of the uprising and employment of increased number of armed forces to control law and order ensured that no such agitation could take shape for at least next few years. But the anger, sufferings were still alive. Earlier, the sufferings were more in the form of economic and social, but the 1861 outbreak and its consequences had added physical and emotional injury to the society, and that was enough to unite the population with more determination, irrespective of any difference. But it did not happen immediately, as people were still in shock caused by the 1861 devastation and also were in a position to understand their backwardness in front of civilized and advanced rulers. Discover APSC like never before. Experience the thrill of learning with immersive podcasts, virtual explorations, and cutting-edge content, meticulously crafted to align with the APSC syllabus. We are not just coaching, we are your companions on the path to success. Increased revenues levied. From 1868 to 69, the rates of revenue on repeat and non-repeat land increased from 25% to 50%. The Settlement Act of 1870 again doubled the rate of revenues and further increased in 1883 and 1893. Except imposing heavy taxation on land, cultivation and agriculture products, nothing was done to improve the agriculture sector by the British. The tea plantation issue. Instead of introducing developmental measures, they were more inclined towards tea plantation. Also, there was no equal distribution of land. The planter community had more than the local people. Conversely, the local people paid more and more revenue, and the planters held most of their land rent-free, which gave birth to resentment in their minds. Again, tea plantation required laborers, hence opening the gate for immigration in huge number, thereby creating another conflicting situation in the state. Moreover, flood, drought, and the epidemics were rampant, causing adverse effect to the people. Destruction of forest in search of minerals was another factor causing both natural and economic adversity. The peasants were exploited not only in the hands of the colonial rulers, but the presence of Marwari Mahajan with their loan-giving facility at high interest or mortgage of their property had increased their plight even more. The sufferings were more in the presence of new judicial system. All these factors had created the ground for the 1893 to 94 uprising post-1861 outbreak. The spark of the revolt. On 24 December 1893, there was a looting of Rongia Bazaar by a crowd of 200 to 250 people, mostly of Kacharis. The people were angry not against the British government alone, but also against the Marwari Kia who deteriorated their conditions more by means of various economic traps. So starting from 24 December 1893, there was a series of incidents like looting, threatening, huge mass gatherings by the furious frustrated common masses and forcible resistance of those acts by the British government till the doomed incident on 28 January 1894. The revolt. On 28 January, thousands of people had gathered at Patharughat and sat down on the field, facing the rest house where the Deputy Commissioner of Dirang had encamped. The commissioner first ordered them not to hold any mills and warned about the consequences of any disobedience. But the people declined and demanded their problems to be solved. A bayonet charge and volleys of firing followed, causing deaths and injury to many. Officially, only 15 died and 37 wounded, but in reality, that number was more than that. Lieutenant Barrington, who ordered the firing and was on the spot, reported that it was impossible to ascertain the exact number of casualties. It is said that altogether 140 people died at Patharughat. All of them, name of only 64 could be traced. Both the uprisings were tragic. It took lives of many and caused hardships to the peasants who took long time to recover from such a process. Strategically, they failed in front of an advanced enemy. Yet, what made them the winner of the uprising was their profound attitude to solve their problems by democratic means. There was lacunas due to amalgamation of varied interest, and there was lack of unity and leadership. Yet their courageous gathering against a ruler is something which became a torchbearer in the struggle towards freedom in the 20th century. Patharughat today. A martyred column was erected on the site on 28 January 2001 by the army and unveiled by S.K. Sinha, former governor of Assam. Every year on 28 January, the government and local people pay respect to the martyrs of the incident, Krishak Swahid Divas, in an official function. On January 2021, the then Assam CM Sarbananda Sonowal inaugurated an integrated training and skill development center for the farmers near the site. And this is how the agony, bravery of those forefathers of this land has been kept alive in the minds of the successive generations.